Hey, casual crypto investor family, it is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. In this video, rumors are swirling around this potential rumor. There is a rumor going around, and a lot of speculation going around that potentially Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, could potentially be tapped to be the crypto czar for the Trump administration. That would be huge. So I have an article. We're going to unpack the article. We have some insight from a former director with Ripple who states that this is a very strong possibility. And so I wanted to share this information with you, plus get your feedback. I think that it's a very interesting rumor. This is just my opinion now. I think it's a very interesting rumor. I think that the timing of this rumor is my spidey senses, if you will, are somewhat going off because this rumor is coming out right around the time when Brad Garlinghouse is going to be having his interview, and he just announced it that he's going to be doing an interview on 60 Minutes. Now, there's a part of me, and hear me out, guys, hear me out. Is this an interview for an interview? Do you know what I mean? Is this a 60 Minutes interview potentially for an interview for the crypto czar position? I don't know. I think that I'm not a big believer in coincidences too much. I usually think there's a greater plan when you have, especially multiple coincidences. I think that, whether it be destiny or, if you believe in God, like I do, I think there's some kind of rhyme behind the reason. So we're going to dive into this article. Apologize getting called here from one of my friends. We're going to dive into this article and see what this all means and what this could potentially mean. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Currently, we're down close to 4%. Bitcoin is still just hovering over 90K right now, sitting at $91,000. Ethereum is up still above $3,000, which is good to see. XRP kind of going back and forth to that 130-ish, 140-ish range currently right now, but it's still up 25% on the 7-day, which is great to see too as well. And I'm glad that XRP is kind of having some it's holding its ground in terms of its price position currently right now. So that's awesome to see. Quick shameless plug. Feel free to follow me on my Twitter or on my X account. It's a great way for you to stay in contact, not just with the casual crypto investor community, but the overall crypto community, because there's going to be, I'm sure, a lot more information. So make sure that you're locked in. Definitely subscribe to my Twitter here, as well as my YouTube channel. Sometimes it's easier for me to tweet than it is for me to make a video because stuff is happening so fast in this current market. And so if you want to stay locked in and stay plugged in with what's happening, feel free to either subscribe to my channel, make sure you click that notification bell, or feel free to subscribe to my Twitter account there. All right. So let's get into this article. It says Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse tipped as Trump's new crypto czar. Let's dive into this. So former Ripple director Sean McBride, and you can feel free follow Sean McBride here on Twitter, Sean McBride 16. Has fueled speculation about Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse potentially being tapped for a crypto-focused role in Donald Trump's White House. The position, rumored to be the first of its kind, would signify the administration increasing interest in regulating and fostering innovation in the crypto industry. How the irony of this would be incredible, right? Because for the past 3 or 4 years, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have been sued for selling unregistered, quote unquote, unregistered securities, right? Okay. Then, obviously Brad Garlinghouse has been extremely vocal about having regulatory clarity. Now the table has turned in which potentially Brad Garlinghouse could potentially be one of the leaders to give us that clarity. And and do you think that Ripple would benefit from that, or XRP would benefit from that? I think so. Okay. It's just unreal. I mean, it's just so funny how things work, man. Life is funny sometimes. But moving on, it says McBride shared his insight on X, formerly known as Twitter, responding to questions about the potential appointment. There is a real and growing possibility that Brad Garlinghouse will be chosen as Trump's new crypto czar. The ex-Ripple exec wrote, the statement has sparked widespread discussion within the XRP community for obvious reasons. When questioned about the implications of such a move for Ripple, McBride confirmed that Garlinghouse would likely step down as CEO to take the role. And yes, and I have a good idea of who would take his place, he replied, hinting at possible succession plans with Ripple. Wow. I'm interested on twofold. I think, okay, guys, I'm going to throw this question out there for you. If you're Brad Garlinghouse, or do you think that Brad Garlinghouse, if asked, would take the position working with the Trump administration to push crypto forward? I think there's well over a 50% chance that he would take the role and have a successor take his place at Ripple as CEO. I definitely think that's a strong possibility. And obviously, Sean McBride feels pretty strongly about it. He tweeted, there is a real and growing possibility Brad Garlinghouse, and he added Brad Garlinghouse will be chosen as Trump's new crypto czar. One of the reasons why I think there's definitely over a 50% chance of that, I got to go with the insight that Sean McBride has. He's worked at Ripple. He was a director. He was obviously had a key role at Ripple. I'm sure potentially he probably talked to Brad Garlinghouse more than once or twice. And, obviously he has probably some insight in regard. So I kind of have to take this information and probably say, yes, if asked, Brad Garlinghouse would potentially take the role working with the Trump administration. And as I mentioned earlier, is this an interview for an interview? Meaning, I just find it so coincidental that he's doing a 60-minute interview while this rumor is now swirling that he could potentially be the crypto czar for the Trump administration. Kind of wrapping up here, he said the timing of the speculation aligns with key developments at Ripple, including the resolution of its long-running battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. McBride suggested that this timing might make Garlinghouse transition mutually beneficial, which I agree with that too as well. I think the timing works for Brad and Ripple, given some of the other things happening publicly and behind the scenes. Things are winding down finally with the lawsuit, potentially gearing up for an IPO, potential M&A, launching new products. The same could be said for staying. He will see what happens, McBride elaborated. So again, we're all kind of waiting on our hands to see what happens with that. But I think there would be a good potential chance, if offered, that Brad Garlinghouse will most likely take that role. Another user questioned whether Christopher Giancarlo, a former Commodity Future and Trading Commission chairman, might be more likely candidate for the role. McBride acknowledged the possibility, stating could be he's on the list, and made it clear though he did not or doesn't want the role. Wrapping up here, the appointment of a crypto czar would mark a significant milestone for the industry, underscoring the government's intent to engage with blockchain technology and digital assets at a higher level. Moreover, Giancarlo or Garlinghouse, both vocal advocates for regulatory clarity in the crypto space, would bring extensive experience to such a role. So obviously, for a person that's just been sued by the SEC, I would think that he would have some insight on what needs to happen in regards to having regulatory clarity. And so I'm super excited to see what happens from this. I'll find it interesting. I want to know too, if one of the questions in that 60-minute interview would be if tapped by the administration, would he take the role? That's a question that I hope that the interviewer did ask Brad Garlinghouse. So again, guys, this is exciting news. I'm here for it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that Brad Garlinghouse will be the next crypto czar moving into 2025? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.